Hello!
Hi!
So why don't you introduce yourself and tell me what you do?
My name is Magruder. I'm the lead gameplay engineer on the World of Warcraft team. I've been working on WoW for a little over 11 years.
Oh wow, that is... did you work since the start then?
I started 6 months after show.
Oh, that's awesome.
I started on Hot Wing Lair.
Hot Wing Lair.
We jokingly, because it was Hotfix Lair. It was the first time we had hotfixes in the game. We jokingly called it Hot Wing Lair because it's so full of hotfixes.
That's awesome. So what do you actually do? Like when you go into work, what is it that you do? You just sit there and have to code, or what is it?
I actually lead a team. I'm one of 2 gameplay leads. We lead a team of gameplay engineers. Our job and our responsibility is to the systems that make the game basically happen. When a player does anything in the world, it's generally going through a gameplay system. So if you're running a quest, if you're moving, if you're fighting something, if you're casting a spell, all of those things are gameplay engineering. The actual spells that you're casting have been created by designers. That's what your designers do. But gameplay engineering is about building the systems that make it happen. So one of the jokes my wife likes to tell about me, I came home one day and said, honey, I reinvented gravity. Because I reinvented gravity because gravity wasn't working quite right and I needed it to work better, so I changed how gravity worked. That kind of thing. So stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what are you most proud of that you've done in Legion so far on that aspect?
Legion, there are so many things that we've done. I think the automatic level scaling that we did in the 4 starting zones in Legion, that really changed the way the game played. World quests, that's another super awesome system that has provided really great in-game content for players. The Mythic Plus system, that's another one that we helped implement in Legion. Yeah.
So I know I like doing world quests, but I know that deep down they're just daily quests, but you don't have to pick them up. You just kind of go do it. But for some reason, in my mind, it's different. So have you noticed that too? Do you actually play the game, or
Of course, I play the game. I have a character with well over 21,000 achievement points.
Oh wow!
So I've been playing since before I was a Blizzard employee. In fact, I earned the little tenure statue by being a continuous subscriber.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I have the only time I ever pre-ordered a game from a game store was the World of Warcraft original brown box collector's edition. So I was a huge Blizzard fan before I came to work on. WoW. I was a huge WoW fan, I've been playing ever since. So I've been playing continuously. Same character even.
So when you play, because I do this with YouTube and Twitch and stuff. When I play the game, I can no longer kind of really enjoy it the way I did back when I didn't do this, where I'm oh yeah, I'm just playing, I'm having fun. Now I'm I could be streaming this. Or is there a video idea I can get out of this? So do you play and then think oh, I need to change something here?
Okay, another one of the quotes this is from a previous employer, I apologize. But, the previous game I used to work on was a World War II simulation. It was an MMO as well. And I did the infantry game, and I would be running around, and I was terrible. I was just awful, because I'm actually a pretty decent FPS player, but the game was loaded with bugs. And I would just come to a screeching halt in the middle of the field, and be looking at something that's broken, I need to take a note. And the joke was I get killed inspecting shrubbery. A lot of the folks, I have some family who play the game with me. Some of my guildmates know where I work. And every now and then I'll send them a whisper, guys, I need to go. And I can't tell you why. And yeah, so every now and then it does creep in. It's I just saw something that wasn't supposed to happen. I'm going to pull the eject handle and I'm going to go to work now.
That's a cool thing to have, though. It's the ability to be you know what, I don't like that. I need to go work now.
Well, it's not that I don't like that. This is bad. This isn't supposed to happen. And maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I can just shut that part of my brain off when I'm playing. Because I'll go in as a player and I don't know anything. I'm the worst. My friends joke I'm the worst Blizzard insider to know, because it's what's this boss do?
Sounds like me too.
Yeah, it's everyone expects me to know everything. It's well, I know how it works.
Like when I play, I've done like raiding now. Because I haven't raided in a few expansions. This is the first expansion I've started raiding again. And so I do like the lowest DPS. But everyone's like, you've played for like since launch. Like, how are you so bad? And I'm like, I don't get better. I just keep playing.
I just keep playing. Well, I'm fortunate I play a tank, so everyone has to bring me along.
That's good. And you get fast queues.
Yeah.
So with like world questing, I was curious, are you going to expand that to outside of Broken Isles at any point? Kind of like time walking, but like making the other zones like have a purpose to go there. Like, oh, Ashenvale has like a few world, or like even just treasures there. Like, oh, it has a treasure there. We can go get something there to like get people going back to old content.
I don't think we have any specific plans at the moment, but that's certainly something we could do. You know, we, for example, the World Quest and the Demon Invasions pre-launch, by the way, we're running on somewhat similar systems. So to give you an example, yes, we can.
Yeah.
It has to make sense for the content, though, and that's really a design question. Where do they want the world to go? Where do they want the players to flow? Do they want the players to be going to the old world? Do they want the players to be going to, I don't know, Northrend or whatever? They clearly did with the class order halls. They moved they had the players go all over the place and see a lot of the old sites. That went over really well. I mean,
yeah,
I know it did with me with mine. I thought it was really cool to see some of the old places and see some of the new places that they added. It's like, this is really cool. So I enjoy the nostalgia, not necessarily nostalgia. I just enjoy going and seeing the world.
Yeah.
Because it's a World of Warcraft. It's not just the Broken Isles of Warcraft. It's not just the Broken Isles of Warcraft. It's the World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's the coolest part about it too. Is like even if you only go back for like 15 minutes, it's still like a cool little nostalgia trip.
Right.
You get to
Especially if you've been there, like you said, you've been playing since early, and I've been playing since early. It's like, I remember Pandaria. I'm so looking forward to time walking in Pandaria because I remember these dungeons. It really wasn't that long ago. Now that you mention it, like Karazhan, the return to Karazhan.
Yeah. I
got in so much trouble because I went in there and it's like, wait, I'm going in the side door. I'm doing everything backwards. This is all wrong. And apparently there's like secret doors that open up as soon as you kill bosses that I didn't even think to look about because I was so used to just, this is how you run through Karazhan, that it's like, oh, what do you mean we made it better? Oh, we did, indeed, So
like, now that you bring that up, have you now considered going to like other old raids and redoing those?
Obviously Karazhan is, we're always looking to improve the game. We're always looking at new things, but sometimes old is new and new is old. We're always looking at that stuff. We're always thinking about that. When the content is right, we'll do it. Karazhan obviously has a rich, important part of lore with Legion. It fit perfectly. So it was one of those. It was a great opportunity for us to go back and revisit an old stomping ground that we had so much fun in. Come on, the opera events are just some of the coolest things ever. Run away, little girl. I mean, and come on, they have the big bad wolf in the back. Have you been there?
Yeah, and then you talk to him.
In the back, and you talk to him. It's like, do the line. Like, come on, do the line. All right. He does the line. You're like, yay.
I was screaming that, and then walked past it, and chat's like, go back now. And I was like, oh my god, okay.
Okay. So it's so much fun, but it obviously has to fit the story we're trying to tell. Sometimes. That's for the major patches. Like 715, did you see Ian's presentation when he did the minor patches versus the major patches? The minor patches are things that are evergreen content that we can just do things like Pandaria time walking. That's the kind of thing that we might do in a 0.5. I don't know. No specific plans, but it's certainly doable.
Is there a raid that you did that you would want to be recreated?
I really like Old War.
Yeah, I love Old War.
Old War was an amazing raid. One of my favorites. It's up there with Karazhan. Karazhan is also one of my favorites. Wouldn't that be cool someday?
That would be really cool.
It's just personal. Don't quote me. Except for you're gonna quote me.
I feel like I'd love Zul'Gurub. I feel like ZG, it's just such a weird older instance because it was kind of just thrown in there with vanilla. Because you got like Molten Core and Blackwing Lair, and that's like, and here's like out in the jungle.
Yeah, we wanted to do a 20-man thing, so here you go. 20-man. Okay.
And people probably want to get the mounts again.
Well, we did ZG, didn't we? We did ZG already once. We made it a 10-man.
Oh, that's true.
So, in fact, I have both mounts.
Yeah,
I have the original 20-man mount and the 10-man mount.
I have the Tiger from like the original one.
I never got the Tiger. I got one of those two, the really rare drop ones. I got one of those two. I got the Raptor.
Oh yeah, the Raptor's good.
I farmed that so long. I have the worst luck with mounts. I keep trying. Oh, Ashes of Valar. I have great luck with pet drops, but I just have terrible luck with mounts. I'll get Son of Animus like 3 times, and I don't get Ashes of Valar. You know, that kind of stuff. So.
So, what about phasing? Because I know phasing's become more and more popular.
Yep.
So, like, what are you trying to improve with phasing, like, specifically?
Well, phasing, we have to be really careful with it. If you do it too much and suddenly you feel like you're in a really disjointed, segmented world and everyone's pulled apart and what's going on? This isn't fun. This isn't cool. I'm here to play with my friends, right? But on the other hand, it's a very powerful storytelling tool. So really, that's what's going on. Is we have to balance that. It's a very powerful storytelling tool. But it's also a very fractious, powerful storytelling tool. So we have to make sure that when we're using it, that we're using it for the right reasons, that we use it in the proper limited scope of telling the story and not separating the players. Personally, I love it. I really like. I think we've struck a really good balance with it. Phasing has clearly evolved over the years.
Yeah.
I remember back in Lich King, the original phasing back then. So things have changed. And we're always improving it.
So, like, with phasing, I know there's, like, specific things that really benefit from it, like mini-game type quests and things. Like, for example, the Kirin Tor quests. And I'm wondering, like, are you happy with the way those types of things work, like with the mini-games and all that?
Well, they make those games possible. You really couldn't do those. You couldn't do like the lightsaber races if things were dismounting you as you were. That wouldn't be any fun. So it makes those possible. So yeah, I guess you could say we're happy with that because it made it possible. The cool little puzzle box ones, you know. Yeah. Those are. If you had 15 players on top of each other, can you imagine the mess that would be? Which Simon is mine to follow? Play Simon Says with.
It'd be like the Draenor launch with the garrisons and the flag.
Right, but like you saw it with the Legion launch. We learned a lot. We spent a lot of energy, a lot of effort to make all that just work better. And I think we did. Not just I think. I know we did. The game is better. It was just better at launch as a result of a lot of hard work by the server and engineering and design and even art teams. Even art's involved in making the game more performant. So we're all a team.
So again with World Quests, because I love World Quests. I don't know why still, like, it's probably because I still haven't gotten a Legendary too, so every time I do it, I'm like, this is it, Legendary, and then it's like, 840 gear, right? So, like, are you looking to expand more World Quests? Because obviously, like, right now, there's like...
World Quests. There will be more World Quests in 7.2. World Quest is one of those, like you can use the word evergreen systems, where we can just add more content. It doesn't necessarily have to be patch-specific content. Obviously, like 7.2, Tomb of Sejuris will have World Quests and Order Hall stories and artifact progression and all that ties heavily with the 7.2 storyline. 7.5 will probably have some new World Quests too that are just there for the fun of it. Maybe they tell a story, maybe they don't. I don't know. It's a .5 patch. We can do whatever we want. Maybe it's there just to support the micro holiday. I don't know. It's whatever they want to do. But in 7.2, more World Quests, like I said, to drive the story, to help sell the story. The Legion invasion, there's suddenly Azuna's under Legion attack. That's a World Quest system, using the World Quest system. Those are the World Quests in Azuna now instead of the normal ones you're used to. Vel'Sharad, no more squirrels and nuts. You got to go actually kill some demons. So,
I do love the squirrel quest.
Come on, that's fun.
It's a fun quest.
Yeah. I love the little Murloc ones too. Those are just fun.
Yeah.
Run around and okay, I'm a Murloc. This is cool. And we added a bunch more new ones in 7.1. More new Murloc quests in 7.1, where the Murloc has grown up and fighting bigger things. So I feel like we're telling a story with the Murloc.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Speaking of Murlocs, it reminded me of the fishing pole, the artifact fishing pole. So, like, do you do anything with fishing?
I'm about halfway through the fishing pole.
Because I love fishing. Like, this is the most I think I've ever fished, like, ever. I've been going back to Pandaria and doing, like, all those fishing things.
Oh my, so another one of those. Remember I had bad luck with mounts? I got burned out on fishing because I never got the turtle. So, don't forgive me. But then once again, like just like you with Legion, it's like, they made fishing fun again. Why? Because they made a legendary. I mean, not a legendary, an artifact. It's like, yeah, cool. So I'm about halfway through collecting that. I have a couple of folks in my guild who have collected it, and I'm like, I'm so jelly. Because they're walking on water with their fishing poles and stuff. I'm like, gotta go do that. It's just a matter of time.
What about cooking? Because I know that nobody likes Nomi.
Oh, Nomi. Everyone loves Nomi. Come
But
on.
he burns all the food.
He got better. He got better in 7.1. He now makes slightly less burnt food.
It's still burnt food.
It's less burnt food.
It's like, oh, he didn't just burn it. Now I can eat it, which I can just conjure food myself and eat.
I know. Good old Nomi.
When do you think he'll actually improve his cooking? Because I think it's like he's supposed to get better throughout the expansion.
You know, I don't know. That's the kind of thing. I haven't actually asked the designer who's working on that. I really should, because I feel like there's more of a story there.
Yeah.
So I love Nomi though. Come on, and what I really like about Nomi is he's from Pandaria. He's the little kid that we adopted. And we trained. Yeah.
You can edit this out, but they're totally talking about Nomi and fishing at the panel right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I won't edit this out.
Oh, okay, because I feel bad. Cause, you know.
It's fine. This is, if anyone doesn't care, it's me. This is like, this is my type of content.
I think he's making like perfectly burnt food or something.
Oh, I'm sure Nomi's burnt food will become more useful. Come on.
So over the years, you said like, you know, there's like hot wing, or it was a hot wing layer you called it because of all the hot fixes.
Oh yeah, sure, because of all the hot fixes. Yes.
What are like some other types of little things like that have happened throughout the year?
Darn it, that's the one that I most remember because it was written on a whiteboard. I'm such a visual kind of guy. I'm sorry, I'm failing to remember anything.
That's fine.
It'll take too long to remember anything funny. I mean, obviously we've had our little nicknames and stuff.
Yeah. What are like some of your favorite moments then? Just like throughout your, either just playing WoW or working on WoW?
Well, you know, there was a lot of panic around the day of opening the Encourage gates.
Yeah, I remember that.
Honestly, one of my favorite moments was the Legion launch, because I got to play.
Yeah.
I was there really early. The whole team showed up really early, ready to support whatever came up, and nothing really did. Okay, guess we're gonna play. You know, obviously there were a few bugs here and there. We jumped on them and fixed them as fast as we could. But it was so nice to be able to actually play the game on launch day.
Have you
I
actually
normally get to do that?
Have you actually like? So this is like the first time you've not had to work on a launch day.
Oh, I worked on a launch day. I was at work.
Oh, you were at work.
And I was ready. I was on hold.
Working on the job.
I wasn't gonna go do like a dungeon or something because I knew I needed to be able to drop out in a moment just in case if something came up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ready 5.
Has it gotten less stressful for you over the years? Like, has everything gotten smoother compared to older expansions launching?
I don't know. It's hard to call it stressful because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when you truly love it, you know, it's not stressful.
Yeah.
Is it stressful? Sure, of course. I mean, I guess technical definition of stress, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you like doing what you're doing so much, is it work?
That's true. I mean, I make dumb videos on the internet, so I'm like, this is great.
They pay me to do this? Cool. That was when I got in the gaming industry. I'm like, wait, they're going to pay me to make games? This is the coolest thing ever. You know? My parents were like, what? What is this? Go away, Mom. Yeah.
What was?
Love you, Mom.
What was your just like favorite thing you've ever worked on just at Blizzard?
One of my favorite things I worked on, equipment manager.
Oh wow.
The equipment set manager. That was one of the last things I actually got to implement.
Oh really?
Before I became the lead.
So like you've implemented that. It's like what else have you implemented?
I did some of the basics of the multi-talent system. So I enhanced the talent system. Worked on some inventory management stuff. Unfortunately, as a lead, I tend to lead the team and not actually get to do feature implementation. I tend to do like a lot of little fix-ups, small things here and there, fix up a bug, work on this little tiny system here, this other thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it's about making sure the team is going in the right direction and working on the right stuff. So working with design to coordinate and make sure that they are getting what they need, that kind of stuff.
Sweet. Well, I think that's all I got.
Okay.
So, thank you for this interview.
All right, thank
that's
you.
That's awesome.
Cool.
I'll take, I'll interview whoever as long as it's
I
fun.
love you.
Thank you. Someone
You can
does.
keep that in there.
Hearthstone people don't.
Oh.
They're just like, you miss lethal. And I'm like, I'm bad at the game. Yeah.
You miss lethal. It's a very Hearthstone thing to say.
Yeah.
For the record, I miss lethal all the time.
Thank you.
I
I'm
love
glad
Hearthstone.
someone
I
else
play
does.
the game a lot, and actually, I shouldn't say I'm not that good. I've actually gotten up to rank 6, I think. It's the best I've ever gotten. But that was a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy it. So.
Yeah.
There isn't enough time in the day to play all the Blizzard games, much as any other game I might want to play.
Yeah.
So, what happens?
Yeah, every time there's a season roll of Diablo, I'm just like, I don't have time to, but I want to watch you so much.
I know, it's like...
I want to just, I know I can do it, but then, it'll be like,
Yeah.
I can't do dailies for WoW because I gotta be season roll.
Yeah, I wait for a friend of mine to get really high level in that season and then power level. Yeah.
If you had to not play WoW, what game would you want to play, or what game would you want to work on?
Can I say Heroes of the Storm? Just because it's still got WoW on it?
You can.
I don't work on WoW too much. Gosh. Man, it's a tough choice. Heroes or Overwatch.
Yeah.
All my previous gaming experience before WoW was on FPS shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have a decent long history of working on FPS shooter type games. So Overwatch is like, oh yeah, I remember how that works. It's been a long time since I looked at it, but I know how all that works.
It's like your hand, it's like on a bicycle, your hands just know what to do.
Yeah.
It's on a console, it's nice.
Oh, I'm actually not a terribly big console player, sorry.
I'm not either.
I work on...
You're way more accurate on PC.
Mouse and keyboard, I'm just used to it. But Quake 2 N64, I will ruin anyone's day because I worked on that game. And I did a lot of, I think I'm actually credited with testing. But no, we were modeling it on GoldenEye.
Oh, okay, I thought maybe you were also Uber.
Nope. But we modeled a lot of Quake 2 and 64's movement and behavior on how GoldenEye worked and how it felt. Quake 2 and 64, so I'm like really good at that one console game. It's like I know where all the corners and secrets and everything are. So.
I remember last year we had to interview Jeff with Overwatch, and
He's an awesome guy.
We were talking to him, and then we branched off to WoW randomly, and we learned that he was the one that invented Hemet Nessingwary.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
And I was just like, that is insane. That was like my favorite thing I learned last year. I was like, I didn't even care about the Overwatch. I was like, you invented Hemet Nessingwary.
Oh, I love him. I could never find all the pages for Green Hills of Stranglethorn though. But I love
Just buy them on the auction house.
Oh, I keep like, wait, I have too many pages. I'm missing them. I had no idea. You're supposed to buy them on the auction house.
Yeah.
You could, yes.
You can, but
I collected them all.
Yeah, see, I kept like.
I did it the hard way.
I kept pulling the animals. So like, hey, I'm waiting for him.
I have the insane title from back when it was really hard to get, so I kind of up there. Yes, I actually got. Oh my God, I don't even remember the name of the reputation. The one that you had to go and do the ogre dungeon, over.
Oh yeah. I don't remember that either. Yeah, Old Fireball.
I'm sure
That was
that
the one
if you
we-
ever post this, your viewers will tell us right away.
Oh, they will.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely will.
And I'm a little
Like,
embarrassed.
Cap-
I'm embarrassed. I don't remember because I spent so darn long
He
doing
worked
it.
on the game and he doesn't even know.
I know. Worst Blizzard employee ever. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview.
Sure.
And I never know how to end these, so I'm just gonna like pan up to the sky and then just click end like this.